Lot of dana, giving, isn't it? So, spiritual life and worldly life, the gap should become less and less and less, and it should disappear. Whatever you do is spirituality, that's all. Whatever is spiritual is your day-to-day worldly life. So, faith in yourself that you can do it. Faith in our Supreme Buddha, that the Buddha is enlightened teacher. There are qualities of Buddha. You don't need to accept blindly that he is supremely enlightened Buddha. No. What is this enlightenment? Understand, there are qualities of the Buddha, and you can see that how pure is his heart, how full is his wisdom, how he is the embodiment of very compassion and wisdom. And he is the knower of the words, knower of everything, and is incomparable teacher. Now, if you go a little bit to the life of the Buddha, you will see all these qualities. You will not find even a single dot which is unwholesome in the life of the Buddha. Never did he have one thought of anger, hatred, killing, cursing, jealousy, wishing bad to somebody. No. Not one dot we can find. That was the purity of his mind and his life. So when that is possible for this great master, and out of compassion he taught that we can also become enlightened. So we should understand this. We should not neglect so easily this teacher. We should take it seriously and develop faith. Here is enlightened Buddha, that is my refuge. We take 3 refuges, right? You are aware of the 3 refuges, most of you. Buddha is my refuge because he is supremely enlightened teacher. That enlightenment is my goal. So the goal becomes clear in your mind when you take refuge in the Buddha. It is the clarity of the goal which is so important. If you are not clear with your goal, confusions will come up. All kinds of discouragements will come up. But if you have clear goal, then no confusion. Just like if you want to go from here to say New York, and you have clear goal where to go, and you put it on your GPS, everything is fixed. So nothing to worry, you just keep on driving without any confusion, right? If you don't fix the goal, then where are you driving? You drive for some time and you want to think, oh, where should I go? No, that is not the right way of starting driving. You should have the goal. So in our lives, what is our goal? Ask yourself, when you are fixing goal in your life, why do you fix something lesser, that of lesser value? Fix the highest goal. Goal of enlightenment, goal of purity, goal of perfect compassion and wisdom. Wonderful. As human beings, it is possible for us. Why shouldn't we use that chance? When you take refuge in the Dhamma, Dharma, in Korean it was Dharma. In the chanting it was coming, Dharma. When you take refuge in the Dharma, It is that you are taking refuge in the path to that goal. And this path is made up of Dana, Shila, Bhavana, that is giving, moral practice and mental purity. That's all. Now when you put GPS and when it shows the clear path, isn't it a big freedom, big relief? Oh, I know this path now, I just have to drive. So when you take refuge in the Dharma, oh, I take refuge in the teaching of the Buddha that he has shown us as the path. When you take refuge in the Sangha, Sangha is the community of people, be it monks or nuns or laymen or laywomen who have experienced enlightenment. These people are called Sangha. So we take refuge in the Sangha because they are the exemplars, they are the protectors of Dharma, they are the inheritors, they are the ones who have passed on from generation to generation. Today we have got it because of this holy Sangha. Right? So we take these three refuges. So we should have faith in this triple gem, three jewels. They are jewels, so valuable. Yeah, I will just finish it off. Lord Buddha says faith, moral virtue, charity and wisdom. Wisdom is the crown of Lord Buddha's teachings. Don't forget that. Wisdom is nothing special. You are not doing special. You are not creating something special. Wisdom is to just know what is there as it is. That's all. If you breathe in, you know it is in breath. That is wisdom. When you breathe out, it is out breath. When you lift your arm, I have lifted my arm. There is movement. First you say, oh, I have lifted my arm. As you keep on observing, it is a movement. Movement of what? Movement of matter, material thing, which is made my body. Yeah? That's all. Elements. Elements in the body. So you will understand what is this body, what is this mind, the nature of the mind, how they are changing, how they are empty. That's all. That is the ultimate wisdom. Of course, we have to use wisdom in day-to-day life affairs also. We have to be prudent. We have to be skillful. So this is the discourse Lord Buddha gave. These are the things that lead to the welfare and happiness in this world and also in the future. So this is Diga Janu Sutra. Time is running. I have to stop now and leave a few minutes for discussion. So, but look into your heart again and again and see if there is contentment, if it is there or not. And then Lord Buddha also says about protection. He says, if you drink intoxicants and eat excessively, then Buddha says you will have, you will lose wealth. You will not protect the wealth. Intoxicants spoil the mind. Eating excessively spoils the body. As simple as that. Body and mind, we are made up of both. Body and mind, we should take care of both. Both are interrelated. After all, this body is born out of what? It is born out of our mind. In last life, when we died, we had certain karmic impulse, karmic force, because of which we are born. It is mental impulse. So the mind has created our body, mind has created this life. Mano pubbangama dhamma. Everything is preceded by mind. So our life is also preceded by mind. So take care of the mind. Don't intoxicate and fall into some illusion. Already we are in enough illusion. We have to develop wisdom, sharpness. So if we drink intoxicants, we will create more illusions. So Buddha says your protection will not be fulfilled if you take intoxicants. If you drink, what happens? A lot of wealth is wasted. And if you eat excessively and wrong food, then also it is no good. And then another very practical advice Lord Buddha says, when you earn your wealth or whatever, and when you are putting somebody as responsible, if you put somebody who is an immoral man or woman, then that wealth will be lost. So whenever you put responsible persons, see that that person has at least some moral qualities, some good qualities, that he is not violent or not greedy, not stealing or not committing sexual misconduct or not telling lies and not taking intoxicants. These, moral principles. Are you aware of these moral principles? Very fundamental. Not harming or killing any living beings, not stealing, taking what is not ours, not committing sexual misconduct, which means unfaithful to the partner, going with other people, not telling lies, and not taking any intoxicants. Now these 5 are called basic principles of happiness. So try to follow yourself, and when you are putting somebody as responsible to your properties, then see that if not perfect, at least some qualities that person has got. So Lord Buddha emphasizes importance on these moral qualities. So the ultimate protection comes from these moral qualities. Because when you protect the moral qualities, that qualities will protect you. Dhammo have rakhati dhammachari means the dharma protects the dharma protector. That means you protect the dharma and the dharma will protect you. As simple as that. And let us go to the next important point. I told you first is the effort. Put effort to earn. Second is to protect. So in protection we went through some of these points. The third is spiritual friendship. If you want happiness in day-to-day life, have spiritual friendship. What is this spiritual friendship? Of course, if Lord Buddha is there and you become close with Lord Buddha, that is the greatest chance of spiritual friendship. Or enlightened people, arhants. There are different levels of enlightenment. So these enlightened people, or somebody who is walking on the path, or somebody who is good in meditation, or somebody who is good in moral life, somebody who is good in dana, charity, giving, sharing. Now these are spiritual qualities. So spiritual friendship is so important. Lord Buddha once he was in Sakya country, near his birthplace, and Venerable Ananda, who was his close attendant for 25 years, he was attendant, he was like shadow to Lord Buddha. Now he goes to Lord Buddha and says, "Oh Lord, it seems that spiritual life, 50% of spiritual life, half of spiritual life is dependent on good friendship." Then Lord Buddha says, "No, no, Ananda, don't say like that. It is not half of spiritual life, but it is full of spiritual life. 100% spiritual life is dependent on good friendship." So how we get to know people, how we get dharma, and how we get the right advice, all these things matter very much. Now, for example, the chief disciples of the Buddha, Venerable Shariputra, and Venerable Moggallana in Sanskrit, Moggallana. I am telling these examples from Lord Buddha's time because today I wanted you to get to know more about the sutra and about the surrounding of Buddha and from the Buddha's life itself. Now, Venerable Sariputta, when he was searching for truth, he went from teacher to teacher, teacher to teacher, and he sees a monk, Lord Buddha's disciple, and he's one of the first disciples of Buddha. Lord Buddha gave his first teaching to 5 monks in a place called Sarnath. Nowadays it is Sarnath. And after giving this first teaching, second, third discourses were given to them, and they became all enlightened arahant. In fact, the third discourse is important. It is almost similar to this Prajna Paramita Sutra, where it explains about the 5 aggregates which make our body and mind, and how all of them are changing and conditioned, how everything comes and goes, and how everything is empty of any self or permanent entity. Prajna Paramita. Since you are all conversant with Prajna Paramita, I just told that. So now one of these 5 monks was going for alms, and as he was going for alms, Venerable Sariputta looks at him, his composure, his grace, the way he was walking with full of mindfulness. Just looking at him, he was so thrilled, and he just goes to him, and he was going on alms until he finishes alms round and his lunch. Sariputta Bhante doesn't disturb him, and after that he asks, "Oh Venerable Sir, you look so bright, you look so calm. Something must be there in your heart. You must have achieved something. What is that you have achieved? Who is your teacher? What is the teaching?" In one breath he asks questions to this Venerable Assaji. His name was Assaji. And Venerable Assaji says, "Oh, I am newly ordained monk. I just got newly ordained, and I don't know much." Though he is enlightened, but he says, "I don't know much, I just know a little bit." Sariputra, he says, "Oh, I don't need much, just give me a little. Just tell me what is that you have learned." So this Venerable Assaji says, "E dhamma hetu pabhava tesam hetum tathagato aha. Te sancha yo nirodho evam vadi mahasamano. Ye dhamma hetu pabhava. All things arise and pass. Arise and pass. Come and go. Come and go. And when they arise or pass, they do so because of causes and conditions. Everything happens because of causes and conditions. And this the Tathagata explains. And Desanchayo Nirodho. Everything comes and passes, everything comes and passes. But there is a state which is not coming and passing. That also is explained along with the path leading to that state by this great Mahamuni, the great sage. So when this was said, just 4 lines, Venerable Sariputta becomes Sotapanna, that is first stage of enlightenment. Now look, he was searching and searching and searching for years, and now coming in contact with one good teacher, Kalyana Mitra, a good spiritual friend, and listening to 4 lines, the whole thing changed. So you can imagine how important it is to have good friendship. You don't need to go and keep on judging, oh, which fellow is like who, is he a great enlightened person or not, or this or that. See some good qualities. If somebody has good things to offer you, make friendship. That's all, as simple as that. It is not a complicated issue to go in search of some teacher, then you make a lifelong struggle just finding one person. No need. Just find. Maybe your mother is a good spiritual friend because she has some wonderful qualities, or maybe your son has something to give you. Take it. And a place like this, you get together and listen now and then with Dharma words. Of course, these things can enrich you even more. So, Kalyana Mitrata, spiritual friendship, is another very important aspect for our happy life. If you don't find any, then you become your own spiritual friend. Nowadays, with the help of books or internet or YouTube talks, you can still get a lot of Dhamma, lot of instructions. So you have to be wise to get this. And the 4th one, Lord Buddha says, is balanced livelihood. Balanced livelihood is in day-to-day life you are earning money. The Buddha says, see that your income is more and expenditure is less. People are falling into such situations where they make more and more expenditures and their income is less. Then they fall into difficulties. And with present day system where you are given enough of loans and mortgage facilities and what is this, monthly installment facilities and all these things which tempts. So people may spend more than what they earn. But if you are wise, prudent, then it is, you can manage it. So now these are the 4 ways of managing the day-to-day life and day-to-day wealth. I will just explain something about spiritual wealth, then we can have a little bit of discussion. There is one, Lord Buddha says, the accomplishment of faith. Have you ever thought about faith? Do you think it is important? Or just intellectual knowledge is going to take care of you? No. Faith is so important. And faith in what? First of all, faith in yourself. That I can progress. I can achieve what I want in life. Be it worldly goal or spiritual goal. And a time comes when there is no difference between worldly thing or spiritual thing. Everything turns into spirituality. Even earning money, as told, with mindfulness, with honesty, with loving kindness. If you earn, good, earn millions or